Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Sinister City. So, interesting twist here it seems. I don't think this really is going to turn into your standard basic Dracula story. I think this is going to involve movies and a fakeness. There will be a real vampire, I bet, but it may not even be the guy who we think. We need to click here to move. And they've got this whole map system. I'm actually surprised more games don't have a map system like this. It's probably because it's a little bit of wasted animation to animate something like that when it's pretty acceptable in the game developer's mind just to have a loading screen instead.
A dry and thorny bush is not that easy to search.
Find a way to get over the moat. So here you have a construction crane, you have a owl. Oh no, a raven with a bird with a gear in its mouth.
The bird clutches the gear I need in its beak. It'll only drop it for something shinier.
So we need to find 10 pieces of shiny rock.
A broken down crane rests in front of the castle.
So here's a shiny gear and some bolt cutters. And do we have anything else? A gear and a shiny piece of rock. Another shiny piece of rock under the leaf. And since I have the easy mode on, it just makes things glow. I like playing games like this every now and then, like just an almost 100% guarantee that there will be no frustration. It's certainly not a challenge, of course, but it is nice to just be guaranteed victory.
A broken down,
like, it's nice to have something hold your hand.
Down.
Not everything needs to be difficult.
It's not that simple to get over a full barrel of fuel.
Let's see. We could probably use this with that. Hey, can we use it with that again? Nope. So now we can put gas in
I don't
this.
think so. I don't think so.
And
I don't think so.
Can't attack the bird.
Unfortunately, that won't work.
So there's things on the ground.
A dry and thorny bush is not...
Okay, dry and thorny bush clipped with the clippers. That'll fix it. That feels like that was a pretty badly translated to English phrase, dry and thorny bush. I've often wondered why they haven't made a Where's Waldo game, but they have recently made something almost completely similar called, I think, Hidden People, where you try to find different characters that are hidden in a crowd, which is slightly different from a hidden object game because you're looking for people instead of objects. I imagine there are people with one type of brain that are more interested in finding objects, and then there are people with a different type of brain that is more interested in seeing people. So there's enough room for both. In fact, there's probably room to have both in the same game. Then you could balance out some difficulty. But this is certainly not a game that's planning on being difficult unless there's a lot more game to happen here. It's just trying to be a little varied, not get boring, and so far it has succeeded well enough at that. Like, it keeps, you do a pure hidden object search, and then you do a very simplistic puzzle. A lot of the simplistic puzzles that are in this game would also work very well in a lot of other games where there was nothing else happening. I recently played a game called Submerged, where you were not really doing much of anything, just looking for objects and doing very moderate climbing and platforming. If in finding half the objects there were different lock puzzles, or if you'd zoomed in and had to find an object among a pile of trash, there would have been more gameplay in there, and it would have been a better game. It sold itself as being a non-violent game, but really it was just a non-game. For the most part, this is a non-violent game too, and I'll still probably call it a mostly non-violent game, even knowing that at the end there's a decent chance I'm going to end up stabbing a vampire in the chest, or cutting off his head, or doing something violent. Like, just as long as the main element, not every 5 minutes you're enacting any violence, I would call it a non-violent game. I lower my standards that much. Interesting. There's another place to search, I guess. I was like, I've been to 4 different places in this area. So we have all the shiny rocks now. Look like jewels. And that'll get us the last gear, so we don't even need to look any further. You gave him a necklace, you put it on a rope and put holes through it. Interesting. Then it magically disappeared, and now we can do this. So we did 2, maybe 3 puzzles that were just hidden object puzzles, and now we are that's not gonna be right. That's not gonna be right either. That looks correct. That looks slightly inaccurate. That looks right. That's it. There we go. Very easy puzzle because the gear teeth were all lined up, and if you put them in the right place they would work. If you didn't put them in the right place they wouldn't work. And then immediately we're into another puzzle, which tells me the idea here, and there's a timer on the skip, which is interesting, but it's filling up quickly. I think the idea would have been to influence the game in such a way that you would have done this after you'd done some more hidden object puzzles, but they just didn't program it correct. And this really is just hovering. Unless the colors of the wires are supposed to be different. Like, you just have to hover it and see what matches. And if something matches, good. If something doesn't match, fine. Move on to the next thing. So this is actually incredibly easy. How do you make a puzzle like this more difficult? What you'd have to do is rotate things, you'd have to have some extras, and you'd have to probably have fewer numbers of wires the more points of comparison, the easier something's gonna be.
I need something to hold the button down.
Well, then I imagine that's what this is for. So it holds the button down, and I swing over, and somebody bothered to animate that, which is very surprising.
The drawbridge is out of order. I'll have to repair the mechanism.
Okay, so we're making rope. The question I have here is, how do you connect? Do we connect this to anything, or are we just... Seems like we're trying to attach all the pieces together, and you have only a certain number of length of wire. So go for the smallest steps possible, and it doesn't seem like that's maybe it's slightly shorter if you do it this way. I guess it is. I have no idea what kind of mechanism this is, or why that worked at all. That seemed just to be a rope connecting pegs. So, find Nina and talk to her. I have this feeling that we're gonna find out that she's just run away to be an actress, and that's the true Sinister City element. Let's go talk to her, I guess.
The chest is locked. I should find a way to open it.
Interesting. I thought that would have given us an opportunity, but here's Nina.
Nina, I've come to rescue you. The devil himself couldn't keep me from coming.
Don't be foolish, John. You must leave immediately. My father will kill you.
Father?
Count Orlok is your father? What about your tears and tissue story about the poor actor and high society gal who adopted you?
Forgive me. I lied because I was afraid you'd...
You'd do what?
It doesn't matter, darling. To be honest, I didn't believe you then.
My father is forcing me to marry Ipkiss, simply because he's a noble vampire, a native Transylvanian. Worst of all, the wedding takes place tomorrow.
What? Kind of hacky story. Pretty hacky story.
No, I won't lose you.
There's no hope for us, John. The door is bewitched. I believe only my father can unlock it. But you're stubborn, so you may as well try reasoning with him first. If that doesn't work, perhaps you can trick him into drinking a truth potion. He might reveal something useful.
I'll try everything. Just don't give up on
bad
us, please.
writing.
I'm not the first man to have to win over his father-in-law. The truth potion is the only way to free Nina.
Seriously, that's what you're gonna immediately
The chest
tell?
is locked.
So we're just gonna go talk to the father, I guess.
You again. Who helped you escape the astral plane?
I got out by myself. I've come to ask you for Nina's hand in marriage.
That was good for a laugh. Now, get out before I drain your blood.
So he won't do anything, and we are now given this list of ingredients, which is kind of ridiculously high. Let's see, we need a syringe, sun, portrait, videotape, snail. It's pretty disconnected. The hidden objects sections versus the story. Like, clearly these were made at different times by different people. Like, you could do this hidden object section from in any other game, and I imagine if I play enough hidden object games from the Two Dogs, I will probably run into the very similar, if not the exact same puzzle. And mostly I'm just clicking on things because there's a lot of things. Your odds are higher that it'll count something than it won't. So I don't even have to know what I'm clicking on. And perhaps to stop that, we've seen instances where you can't just do this, or it will stop you, or at least slow you down. But better, I would say, you have to click on something, and then you have to click on the item that it is. Or click on snail, for instance, then click on it. That double click would prove that you actually know what you're looking at, and you'd have to program it so it would just put an X otherwise if you click snail and you clicked on something, even if you clicked on the portrait but you had snail highlighted. And then you could have it switch to the next thing automatically just to save a little time. But having the player actually have to play instead of just randomly mindlessly click probably would be helpful. I guess maybe if I went into the options mode and went into advanced mode, maybe I don't think it would change to do something like that though. I think all it would do is get rid of the hints, and I might as well keep the hints. We've already started that way. If there is some kind of achievement for playing the game in advanced mode, I've probably unlocked it, or I should have unlocked it. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out you just actually have to beat the final section on advanced mode, if there is an achievement like that. Although the differences between playing in advanced mode and easy mode are not so different that there should be an achievement for that. Honestly, I never felt like there should be an achievement for any level of difficulty, because then you're alienating players who aren't as good from getting the full experience. The phrase achievement is really the wrong phrase, because none of it's really an achievement. You're playing a video game, you're hopefully having fun. You're not winning the Nobel Peace Prize or anything. So achievements aren't really achievements. You should just call them rewards or something else. So we get the crowbar. I imagine the crowbar is useful for this, and then we'll see how many different things we can find just looking. There must be a third location.
The truth potion is...
And you can't talk to her again. So it must be under the stairs. Thanks for that help, because that would be kind of difficult for me to figure out where they want us to go next. We've got a Viking helmet for use in something. We need one more vial and one more bat wing or whatever that is. Let's just stay quiet here for a second and see if anything glows. I guess it doesn't. We have everything we need, but we missed something over here. Seems like it's kind of easy to do something like that. Yep, it was hidden behind that. So, do I give
I don't think so.
it to her?
I don't think so.
Or do I just give it to him? Do you mix the truth potion here?
I need to prepare the truth potion first. I don't think so.
And you don't use items on items.
I can prepare the truth potion over the roaring fire. But in what?
So
Now to add the ingredients.
we turn the helmet upside down. That's kind of interesting. So we put everything here.
The potion is ready.
And
now,
he just
I should give it to Orlok.
doesn't see what you're doing at all, apparently, or care. How do you get him to drink?
What do you have there? A new bio-additive?
Bio-additive? What?
Something like that.
What are you even talking
Give
about?
it to me. At least, then I can say you are good for my health.
Why did you make it in a Viking helmet?
I feel reborn. I'm gonna lay it all out on the line, kid. You're a good guy and all, but as soon as my daughter marries Ipkiss, she'll become a movie star.
But
Ipkiss is an anchorman on
It
our
jumped
local channel's most
there.
popular broadcast. You can't compete. I'm sorry. Nowadays, toothless mortals like you just don't have a chance.
So watch the animation when I click forward and see if it skips again.
I know I don't have fangs, and I'm not an actor. But I can support Nina's career just the same.
The thirst achievement.
Looks like nobody can help me but Ipkiss himself. I should go to the TV studio.
Yep, this story has changed. It's like, it's more of a statement, I think, against, I probably didn't even need to walk outside, against just movie and actors than vampires.
One royal burger, please.
Interesting that they animated that. And you're not holding the royal burger, so that's not even an item you needed in this area.
Stop right there! Where do you think you're going?
So it's a weird Hollywood full of universal monsters of Frankensteins and Draculas.
I need to speak with Ipkiss. He's an anchorman for the local station.
Look, his eye doesn't seem quite right animated there. Interesting.
Sorry, no newborns allowed. Looks like you're still cutting your fangs. Only adult vampires, studio workers, and actors can enter.
Wow. So, here's something you don't see a lot of. A Frankenstein skin over a 3D model. Different eye colors. It doesn't look very realistic. It looks very flat, like he has makeup just painted on his face. But it's an interesting idea.
Maybe I can convince the guard that I'm playing a vampire. I mean, he seems decent enough for a bloodsucker, but I'm going to need Mr. Lumiere's help.
Like, he doesn't even look like a vampire. Can you not tell the difference between a patchwork man and a vampire? See, it's almost like a board game with the characters walking around. And seems like we could talk to both people, so let's do it.
Mr. Lumiere, have you ever been inside the local TV studio?
Of course I have, son. Why?
I need to speak with my bride's groom who works there, but...
But the guard won't let you in. We'll need a camera, some film, and a tripod.
Camera, film, and tripod.
The hotel clerk sure is a strange fellow, but I rather like him.
See, this almost seems like a special vacation package that he's doing, instead of like this is all a bunch of actors acting out a story that he paid for. But then, if you were gonna do something like that, why would they separate a husband and wife to be? And it would have to be like this is a secret, I don't know, fictional storyline vacation they have created just for the husband, and the wife is in on it. Hey, we're looking for an eye, a bulb, a razor, a moon, and the letter B. That's moon. And there's bulb. And there's a razor. And is that the letter B? Nope. There's an eye. And there must be more here. Because if there wasn't more here, then what would we be doing? Oh yeah, and we saw a spooky ghost walk in the background of that. Apparently that was the letter B. That didn't look like a letter B to me. So we're just going to coincidentally run in the background, see some monsters, but they're not even gonna play a real part in the story. Looking for a ring. Is this a ring instead of a button? It looked like a button to me. Bull, horse, spider, heart, emblem. Bull. And we're looking for a emblem now, which could be that. Then snake. And there's key. And we got something else. What is this? A tripod. And so where do we go now?
The chest is locked with a key. I need that key.
There we go. And we get the film. And we get the camera. And it seems like there's nothing else even there. So we're good to go. How much of this game has actually been done? It's almost impossible to tell, but if I was to look at the map and say, obviously we came back to this area for a little while, so we're gonna come back to this area for a little while, and then we haven't even really started this, so 2 more visits to this, 1 visit to this, maybe an hour and a half left of gameplay, maybe not. Yeah, that would be about right according to my research. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.